We're beginning a new MaMaar today, new Hasidic discourse, and it is Li'ilui Nishmas Avram Albert Ben Miriam. It should be Aliyah's Nishmas, Aliyah for the Neshama, Schus for the Neshama, and Akitze V'ranu Neshech and Yafar, which is the main thing. Neshama should come down in the goof. And it is also Yebod L'chaim Tevim Baruchim for the Schus of Shalom Mordechai Halevi Ben Rivka, that he should have a Geula Amitis, a full Geula and a quick Geula. And that all the dinim, everything should be bottled. It should not start anything, and it should come out completely. Poda v'shalom nafshei mikrovli ki v'rabim hayu imei. The MaMaar today is a MaMaar that the Rebbe said in Shabbos Tildes, which is this Torah portion of Parsha Tildes, Tafshin Chav Zayin, which is late 1966. The MaMaar is a MaMaar on a verse of this week's Parsha. It is a MaMaar that we can always use. It speaks about Parnasa and the blessing that the Eibishter gives 100-fold. Hashem blessed him with 100-fold, Yitzhoks, when he planted. And although it was a difficult year and a difficult country, so Rashi says that still the Eibishter blessed him. And it was Vayimtza, he found 100-fold, 100 times as much. The Rebbe edited this MaMaar. This MaMaar came out edited from the Rebbe in late 1990, also for the Yom HaBoya for Rish Chodesh Kislev. And the MaMaar begins. Yizra Yitzchak ba'aretz ahi, vayimtza b'shana ahi, me'yosharim vayevaracheu Hashem. That Yitzchak planted in that land, and he found in that year Me'yosharim 100 times as much, vayevaracheu Hashem, and Hashem blessed him.
What does that mean? Sharim means gates?
Sharim means measurements. It's like
sure.
100 times as much. Which Rashi says, but he means although it was a difficult land, and although it was a difficult year, still, it wasn't a good season, still, he was blessed with 100-fold. Which 100 shows on the union of Shleimus, completion. So the Rebbe continues with Tzarech Lahavin, what we need to understand, the Mezeh Shenem Vayevaracheu Hashem La'acharei, that since it says Vayevaracheu Hashem, that the Eibishter blessed him. And this says, after Vayimtza Gema Me'yosharim, that it says the Eibishter blessed him, the Almighty blessed him. And when does this say? This says after he found 100 Sharim. So the blessing is an additional thing. Mashma shevayevaracheu Hashem hu inyanei sefal zeh shemotza me'yosharim. That the Vayevaracheu Hashem is an additional thing on what he found me'yosharim 100-fold, as much as he had till now. So we need to understand, what does it mean? Vayevaracheu Hashem, that he says Vayevaracheu, that Hashem blessed him, and it doesn't say with what he blessed him, and especially that it comes in addition to what it says earlier. Prior to that, Me'yosharim 100 times as much. So we have to understand, what does Vayevaracheu Hashem consist of? The blessing of Hashem. Gam tzarech lov, and also we need to understand Aregam zeh shematza me'yosharim me'apamim mikvi sheshiaru, that it was 100 times as much as they figured. Hu lei al pi derech darkei hateva, birchas Hashem is also not according to nature, but it's birchas Hashem. Hu leidach gam ha'bracha de vayevaracheu Hashem and also on the other, from the other end, that the Vayevaracheu Hashem, the blessing that the Almighty gave him, that after he found he said Yitzchak nisbarich bebracha, so Yitzchak was blessed with this blessing, as it says Vayevaracheu Hashem, the Eibishter blessed him. V'afal pikein mitzias hame'yosharim miyachas hakosav liYitzchak. When it comes to the Me'yosharim that they made 100 times as they estimated, this is attributed to Yitzchak himself. Vayimtza Gema Me'yosharim, that Yitzchak found 100 Sharim. On the other hand, the blessing that Yitzchak was blessed after he found the Me'yosharim, so this is attributed and alluded to Hashem, the Almighty, that the Almighty blessed him. So we need to understand the man of Shech.
What's the difference?
By here it says Vayimtza b'mokem v'shon ahi me'yosharim. It was like on his own. And here it's by the me'yosharim 100-fold, 100 times as much as they calculated.
He found the
me'yosharim
result of a blessing.
But it doesn't say that. It says Meir Sharim. He was successful.
But that's a blessing, isn't it?
But it doesn't say clearly. It doesn't say Vayivaracheyu Hashem. It doesn't say that the Almighty blessed him.
And then Vayimsa Meir Sharim.
So we're explaining it's two separate things.
Right. So that means that first is Meir Sharim, which is a blessing by itself to find out. And then in addition to this, we have a Vayivaracheyu Hashem.
Right.
That means that the first Meir Sharim is connected to his Aveda. By Yizra, right? He planted and he found 100 times. It means it's still connected to his
In other words, that the Pasuk is saying Vayimtzo, he found. So there was Yigia, there was Mitzia. We can attribute it to him, l'cheira. He exerted himself. Yogato Motzasa timing. Yogato Motzasa. It doesn't. You see, the question is, we know it's a bracha of neighbors. The question is, why doesn't it say here also the word of blessing? Seems like this is his. Like he was an investor and he was matzliach. The Yuvan Zebehegnim. So b'meila, the two questions are: number one, what does Vayavaracheyu add on the Meir Sharim? In what does this blessing consist of? In addition to the 100 times as much, and also why do we divide it into two different parts and also two different phrases and expressions? One we say he found, the other one we say Hashem blessed him. But Yuvan Zebehegnim, it is understood. Mashamam shechakosa vayigdoloish vayilach olach v'godlat v'godl made. This will be understood with the introduction that the pasuk, the verse continues and follows Vayigdal Oish, that Yitzchok became great. Vayelach halach v'godol, that he constantly elevated from one level to another. At he godol made till he mamish grew very much. As it says in Rashi, Zevel Pardeisov shall Yitzchok then a kesef v'zoav of Avimelech. Better to have the pseilus, the extract of Yitzchok, than to have the pseil, which Derech Agav, we can also say, Derech Agav, that this is also connected with the Ayem Yem. The Ayem Yem, the Rebbe brings that in Gashmiyas, a person should be happy with whatever he has. In Ruchniya, he should look at someone that is below him, and be satisfied what he has, because the person that's less than him actually has less than him. The one that's below him has less than him. In physical matters. In physical matters, a person should be happy with their share. But when it comes to spiritual matters, it says he should always look up and ask the Eibishter to give him an intuition, the Almighty, that he should always be able to elevate to a higher level. Which in Pelish Chassidus, in Pelish Avart, I think the Rebbe once mentioned it. This is the difference between Bashamayim Mimal Valoretz Metachos. Bashamayim Mimal, when it comes to heavenly things, spiritual things, Mimal, you always have to look up higher and strive to higher. Valoretz, when it comes to earthly matters, Metachos, you look down and see, who has less, and feel that we're more than the ones that we are less deprived than others. So b'meila, this is basically, here the Rebbe is saying it in the signet of Ayem Yem. In the Chassidus, in the language, in the phrase and wording from the previous Rebbe, in the Ayem Yem of Chav Dalet Cheshvan. Chav Dalet Cheshvan, the Rebbe brings it. That he yitan leidas, that he should be able to elevate. Keach ve'eis, I think, strength also. So this is interesting, because this is Zevel Pardeisov. One is talking about the Gashmias. Zok Zevel Pardeisov Sheldem, in other words, his pseilus is more than the other one's gold and silver. Which actually shows also an union of satisfaction. That what does he need the gold and silver there? He has a Zevel Pardeisov and Yitzchak outweighs it. Shal Yidei Vayizra Yitzchak Gamer, Nasa Hagdola be Yitzchak Atzmei. The B'shas Yitzchak planted, so this also accomplished that Yitzchak became greater. It enhanced him by Yigdal Ish Gamer.
So Zevel had a monetary value?
Sure, but Zevel Pardeisov Shaldos, better than his. It was from his garden. The Zevel, the lowest, the Ziburis, right, from the lowest in quality, from Yitzchak, was more than the gold and silver from
So it had a value then?
It had a value.
You could sell it.
But it's called
It's just a marshal. It's not like a really.
It's a value. The word is it's a value. The question is if everybody would have valued it. But L'Pil Mamish, it's an expression that better this than that. Where is it? Stuck in this week? So it's stuck in Russia this week?
Today. Today's Chumash.
Hago,
Not today,
the
tomorrow.
same thing also with the Hago.
Chumash.
Yeah, that with
That she wanted to be a shifcha by Avraham Avinu.
yeah, better than
And she didn't want
nicht
to
kann
be
sein a
a queen.